Hello, good day. So today I am going to talk about the different methods of bandaging. But before that, I am going to explain first what is first aid because bandaging is part of first aid. When we say first aid, it is the temporary or immediate care given to a patient who is suffering from illness or injury. So, there are three objectives of first aid. The first objective is it prolong life. Second is it reduces pain or suffering. And third is it prevents further injury. The second point that I am going to discuss is the different parts of bandaging. It is important to know about what are the names of the different parts of the bandaging so that if you will be going to discuss or perform it in front of your assessor in the future, then your assessor will understand what you're talking about. So as you can see, I've prepared now the triangle bandage. At the center is what we call the apex. Below is the base. At the opposite line are the sides. And the two edges are called ends. So again, apex, base, side, ends, and the body. After discussing the meaning of first aid and also its objective, and the second one are the different parts of the triangular bandage, this time I am going to explain to you the most important thing when it comes to bandaging is doing the square knot. So first, you need to have a triangular bandage. You need to identify where is your right and where is your left. So in doing this, right over left. So the right side should be on top of the left. As you cross it over, and then fold the right, this one, loop it underneath, carry it above, and then this will be your right, your second right. So again, cross it over, above the left ends, and then scoop it and loop it above. Why is it important to know the square knot? So that the next person in line, such as after performing the first aid in the scene, and then you travel or you will going to travel the person in the nearest hospital, the nurses can immediately untie the first aid or the bandage that you have just applied to the patient. It is more easy that step will be more easier for them. So let's try if this is correct. When you put it, it should be easier to pull. See? It's easy. So the first method of bandaging is scalp bandaging. We usually do it if the person has an injury on his or her scalp. So what we need to do is to prepare our triangular bandage and fold the base at least 2 to 3 inches. You can actually fold this once or twice. So I am going to fold it at least twice. 1 and 2. It should be 2 to 3 inches. And then put it onto on the top of the head of the injured patient. Make sure that it should be centered. Align the base onto his eyebrows. Then bring the two ends at the back Again, the two ends are the two edges. Cross it over. Bring it in front of the forehead of the individual. And do the square knot. You want to make sure that this method is clean. The scalp bandage that you have applied to the patient should be clean. So tuck the ends inside of the hem. And you need to fix the apex at the back by tacking it on the folded sides. Can you please turn around? So that is the scalp bandaging. I am going to explain the forehead bandaging. So if your patient has an injury or wound in the forehead, so this will be the best method to apply. So you need to have a triangular bandage, create a cravat by folding it thrice. This is the number 3 fold already. Always put the center of the cravat at the center of the wound. If the wound is on the forehead, then you need to position the cravat above the eyebrow. And then bring the sides or the ends at the back, cross it over again, like what we did in the scalp bandaging. Then bring the two ends in the front and perform the square knot. Insert or tuck the ends on the hem, inside the hem. Make sure that the triangular bandage is properly placed on the forehead of the patient. Is that okay, sir? Okay, can you turn around? The third bandaging method is the ear, cheek, and jaw method. So if your client has an injury on the side of his head, then it is very perfect to apply this kind of method. So again, the center of the cravat should be on where is the client's injured is. And then the two sides should meet together, and then you need to cross it over. The smaller end should be turned around the back of the client. Bring it on the side, the neck side, the head of the client, And the longer end should be on the forehead of the client or in the patient. And then they should meet together and then do and secure it by using the square knot. Make sure that the client can breathe. Secure all the hems. And then the end should be tucked inside the hems or inside the sides of the bandage. So can you please turn around, sir? Thank you. So the fourth method is the shoulder injury open wound bandaging method. So if your client has an injury at his shoulder, so this is the most applicable method to perform. So again, prepare your cravat and then let your client hold one third of the bandage at his side and then roll it over at the top of his shoulder and then roll it under his armpit, carrying it over on the top, roll it around his back, and let the two ends meet. And then secure it by performing the square knot method. Tuck the two ends inside the hem. Fix the hems at the back. And also in front. Can you please turn around, sir? The fifth bandaging technique is the chest injury method. So, for example, the client has an injury at the side of his chest. So, you need to put the center, the apex, at the side where the injury is. Lay it over, or you may actually ask your client if he can hold it for you. And then you can fold the hands at least 2 inches. If you have a huge bandage, so you can fold the hem outside. But then we have a small bandage, so we will not fold it on this video. Can you turn around, sir? And then meet the two ends and then cross it over and then to secure it, do the square knot method. And then the apex, so you need to stretch the ends towards the apex and then you need to perform the square method. And then you need to tuck the other end inside the hem. Fix the hem onto the shoulders of the client. At the chest, check it around. is it. So this will be the 6 bandaging methods. So for example, your client has an injury or fracture in his arm. So this will be the best method to perform. So you need to prepare your triangular bandage. So you need to identify where is the apex, and the tools and the slide or the other slide should be on top of the patient. And then the other end should be put at the back of the client or at the patient's back. To secure it, you need to tie using the square knot method. So, you need also to secure the other apex by using by just knotting it or inserting it into the hem. And the two ends should be tucked inside the hem. Make sure that it is well made. This bandage procedure should be well made so you can support the arm of the client. So this will be the 7th bandaging technique, which is the collar and cuff method. So if your client has a suspected injury or damage in his wrist, so this will be the most applicable method to perform. So by using your bandage, just perform the cravat technique, and then what we will do is like this. So this is the easiest way to perform this one. There is other method, but I think it's really difficult to perform that method. And then you need to insert it inside the client's wrist, and then tie the ends at the back of, can you turn around, sir? At the back of his neck. Do the square knot method. Tuck the ends inside the hem. Are you comfortable, sir? So that's it. So this will be the 8th bandaging technique, which is called the palm bandage method. So if your client has an injury or a wound in his or her hand, so this will be the applicable method. So put the cravat on top of the injured area, cross it over under, and to secure it, just use the square knot method, and then tuck the ends in the hems. So that is the palm technique. So the next method should be the palm pressure bandage method. So for example, you need to apply a pressure on the wound of the client. So you need to position your hand, sir, into a fist position. Like that, yes. Like you're about to punch a person. And then prepare your bandage. So you need to put the bandage first on his wrist. And then cross it over under. Then cover the entire hand by crossing each side. Until they meet the end. So, to secure it, perform the square knot method again. Then, you need to insert the ends inside the hems. So that is the method for an injury inside the palm, especially if you want to exert pressure on the wound. So this method is the shoe-off method. This is applicable if your client has a suspected injury on his ankle. And secure it using the square knot method. Tack the ends. Inside the hand.